time for lefties losing it. And Democrat Representative Jasmine Crockett, well, she is back in the headlines. You might remember when she ridiculed Texas Governor Greg Abbott for being in a wheelchair, calling him the Governor Hot Wheels.
We in these hot-ass Texas streets, honey. Y'all know we got Governor Hot Wheels down there. Come on now. And the only thing hot about him is that he is a hot-ass mess, honey.
Or perhaps the time she admitted that she was only hired because she was black.
When I first became a public defender, I had no criminal defense experience. And I walked in and I told my boss, Charlie, I said, listen, you should hire me. He said, why? I said, because I'm black.
Well, now she's come out swinging, calling for Republicans to question President Trump's mental acuity.
It is time for Republicans to start calling him out and start questioning his mental acuity and whether or not he is equipped to serve mentally.
Well, that's all very interesting, because where was she when people were questioning Joe Biden's mental acuity?
People tried to talk about the mental acuity of Joe Biden, and as someone who was able to interact with him, I never questioned his mental acuity.
And if that isn't enough Jasmine Crockett cringe for one day, enjoy this short clip that she shared on her social media. Yes, she actually thought this was something worth sharing.
Jasmine Crockett, she rises with the dawn, fighting for justice, her light will never be gone.
And to another pitifully cheap and nasty attack from New Democrat favourite Jasmine Crockett. Here the privately educated Congresswoman mocks Texas Governor Greg Abbott, who is disabled and in a wheelchair, calling him Governor Hot Wheels.
As we in these hot-ass Texas streets, honey. Y'all know we got Governor Hot Wheels down there. Come on now. And the only thing hot about him is that he is a hot-ass mess, honey. So yes.
Oh, classy work there from the Democrat Congresswoman. Let's bring in journalist and author Batia Ungasagon. Oh my gosh, what can you say about that? How low can they go?
It's just so utterly appalling. And I honestly had to listen to the clip a few times, because the idea that a member of Congress would be mocking the disability of a man who had a horrific accident at 26 and then spent the rest of his life in public service to this nation and never let his disability hold him back from serving the people who he loves. It's so shocking to me. And the fact that that audience laughed, I don't know if your audience could hear that, Rita, but the audience at this human rights campaign event just burst out laughing at this mockery of a disabled person. You have to see it to believe it. And I think it really reveals that the Democrats truly check their morals at the door when it comes to anybody who disagrees with them politically. They owe them not even the most basic common decency. Truly a sad, low moment.
Though that Democrats want Jasmine Crockett to lead the Democratic Party. Let's take a listen to this.
Jasmine is frankly the type of leader that we're really looking to support in some senses, right? Somebody who is out there that frankly doesn't give a damn what the other side, at least the elected Republicans in Congress say what they believe in. And at least you know, even if you don't agree with her, you know what she stands for. Yeah. Because she makes it very clear. And people are really craving that right now. They don't want more politicians that say talking points that it doesn't even feel like they believe, or you don't even really know what they mean. They want somebody who's out there that says what they believe and doesn't care what somebody else thinks about it. They want that authenticity.
And in case we forgot how brilliant Jasmine Crockett is, here she is earlier in the year claiming that it's not a crime to enter the US illegally.
It is not a criminal violation to enter the country illegally. It's not a criminal. It's a crime. It's not a crime, which is why they're so frustrated, because they really want our local law enforcement to go out and round up people when they could be looking out for the murderers and the sexual abusers as well as the robbers. They want them to go and round people up on civil accusations.
And what has she been saying recently? Well, she's pushing this fake news narrative that also the hosts of The View have been pushing, and that is that Donald Trump is a new Joe Biden.
Seen as the world leaders that we historically have been, the world deserves better. It is time for Republicans to start calling him out and start questioning his mental acuity and whether or not he is equipped to serve mentally. We know when it comes down to his criminality, he is not qualified to serve, but this is just absolutely deplorable.
You cannot make this stuff up. Alex, is this who should be leading the Democrats?
Honestly, she should be leading the Democrats because she's going to lead them off a cliff, in my personal opinion. And I live here in Dallas, and I have an office in her district. And let me tell you something. Jasmine Crockett is a phony, baloney criminal defense attorney. And what do criminal defense attorneys do? They defend their clients even when they know they're guilty. So she's perfect for politics because she even knows what she's saying is a lie, but she'll still defend it because she's trained to do so. So Jasmine Crockett, a lot of her affect that she's put on since she's made it to Congress is different than when she was a Texas representative, where she acted a little more demure and a little more, dare I say, normal. Now that she's gotten to the, one of the most powerful positions, in Congress, she's kind of leaned into being a little more urban and being a little more gangster to get attention. And I'll be honest, it's working. But at the same time, she's a phony. She's a fraud. She's going to lead them right off a cliff. So if they want to anoint her or AOC as their leader, go ahead. They can have Tweedledee and Tweedledum. That'll make it a lot easier for the people that actually care about this country.
So just from one delusional Democrat to another, Jasmine Crockett was slammed on social media after a photo shared online appeared to show her cutting the line ahead of two disabled passengers while boarding a flight in Atlanta. Now, she was asked by Fox News of the incident, and her chief of staff said they don't have any comment. But she's really on a tear here. Here's a little bit of her talking about Republicans and the KKK.
And guess what? They all align with your side.
Yeah.
Including the KKK. So, this is who aligns with that. So, inherently, in, who you are, y'all are violent.
Right.
Y'all, and most of your violence has to do with people that's got a little bit of melanin.
John, this Jasmine Crockett, she's got to be one of the most outrageous people in Congress, and yet if she was a Republican, the media would be screaming about her, and yet we only sort of see reports of her antics and behavior on shows like this.
Well, I have a message for Congresswoman Crockett. Y'all a demagogue, and not a particularly smart one. She knows what she's doing in this sense. She knows how to get on TV. That brings fundraising dollars. That brings attention. That brings invitations to swanky left-wing soirees. So she knows what she's doing. What she does also know she's doing is this kind of behavior, as with some Congress people on the Republican side too, limits your effectiveness, means you're never going to pass legislation. You're not really working for the constituents back in your district. You're working for your future media career. Congresswoman Crockett is a crock, and be a successful one, but that's what she is.
John Fund, thank you so much. As always a pleasure having you here on the U.S.
Talent certainly should be forgotten is current left-wing pin-up girl and Democrat Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett, who decided to release this video in the run-up to Donald Trump's amazing speech to Congress.
Oh no! It's a cultural divide. I'm gonna get it on the floor.
You really about to do it?
40 acres in the mule. This is bigger than the music.
You really about to do it?
Yeah, they tried to rig the game, but you can't fake influence.
Yep, that's the modern left for you, and she is the hope of the Democratic side, a feisty young black woman whose sole suitability for office is that she is suffering from acute, repetitive, and incurable TDS, Trump derangement syndrome.
Unfortunately, we have someone that is occupying the White House, and as far as I'm concerned, he is an enemy to the United States.
Fortunately for Jasmine, she's not alone. These days, TDS clinics are springing up everywhere thanks to the unrelenting demand. Here's one young lady who's so traumatized by Donald Trump, she wants to go and live in her basement.
I want to thank all you people out there for voting this individual in. Thanks so much, because guess what? I live in a rural community, and now I know I can't safely leave my house. I'm going to be underground. You guys won't hear from me again.